think the reason that we had the assembly today was because of the 9/11 anniversary of 10 years, and the whole process was to enlighten our students who, for the most part, probably weren't even aware of what was happening at the time. Our ninth graders, for example, were 4 years old. Our 10th graders, 5, 11th and 12th, 6 and 7. And it didn't have a high impact on them at that time. But with 10 years and 10 years of investigation, of theory, of the different kinds of thought process that went into why this happened, and the terrorist attacks since that time, the administration and myself felt that it was important that we kind of bring everybody back to ground zero. I hate to use that term, but bring them back to the reality of what happened on that day, and share some of that experience with our staff, being able to talk to them, relate where they were at the time. Many of our staff were not much older than they are right now as a student, and it gave them perspective as to see how they felt about our nation being under attack. The videos that we used was a compilation of multiple pictures taken by the internet through various photographers. I compiled those together. Mrs. Herman's husband actually put the music to it. I picked a song that was related to that time and era, and it made people stop and think. A lot of good commentary from our teachers talking about how they felt about the attack, what it did to them personally. And I think, based on our school here, what we're really trying to do is to get our kids to understand about America and about the tradition, and as I use the term, the glue that holds all of us together. Several times I think it was important for them to understand that when we play the national anthem, that when we say the pledge, this is the glue that I talk about that brings us all together, even though we are so diverse. We're so spread out in our religions, in our backgrounds, in our ancestry. But we have one commonality, and that is that we're Americans, and that's the part that I wanted to stress, and to let the students know that 3,000 lives were not lost for no reason at all. It did bring this nation back together at a terribly high cost, and through the participation of our teachers and the applause by the students, I think we hit home and we got our message across.